Breaking stories that matter. This is Shadowline News. Ruto pushes EU to help transform the African Union. President Ruto's appeal to the European Union comes as the African Union faces a critical funding gap, with member states contributing only 25% of the organization's $681 million annual budget, while external donors cover the remaining 75%. The Kenyan leader specifically targeted EU support for AU institutional reforms that would strengthen Africa's collective bargaining power in global trade negotiations, where the continent currently accounts for just 3% of world trade, despite having 17% of the global population. Ruto emphasized that a transformed AU could better coordinate the African Continental Free Trade Area, which Economist project could boost intra-African trade by 52% and lift 30 million people out of extreme poverty by 2035. His push reflects Kenya's broader strategy to position itself as a continental leader, while the AU headquarters in Addis Ababa undergoes governance restructuring aimed at reducing dependency on foreign aid. Next up, UK court rules on British soldier accused of killing Agnes Wanjiru. A UK court has delivered its ruling on the case involving a British soldier accused of murdering 21-year-old Agnes Wanjiru, whose body was found in a septic tank at Lions Court Hotel in Nanyuki in 2012. This case has strained Kenya-UK military relations for over a decade, particularly affecting the British Army Training Unit Kenya program that brings approximately 10,000 British troops annually for desert warfare training in Laikipia County. Wanjiru's family has pursued justice through both Kenyan and British legal systems, highlighting the complex jurisdictional challenges when foreign military personnel are accused of crimes against Kenyan civilians. The ruling will determine whether the accused soldier faces trial in Britain under UK military law, potentially setting a precedent for how similar cases involving British forces stationed overseas are handled in the future. In other developments, Seth Panyako alleges marked ballot papers ahead of Malava elections. Seth Panyako's allegations of pre-marked ballot papers in Malava constituency represent a direct challenge to the integrity of Kenya's electoral process, potentially affecting the voting rights of over 80,000 registered voters in the area. The timing of these claims ahead of the election creates immediate pressure on the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to conduct thorough investigations and implement additional security measures for ballot storage and distribution. If substantiated, such irregularities could invalidate the entire electoral process in Malava, forcing a repeat election and undermining public confidence in IEBC's ability to deliver credible polls. The allegations also highlight ongoing concerns about electoral malpractice in Kenya's competitive political environment, where constituency races often determine parliamentary representation and influence national political dynamics. Meanwhile, IEBC unveils new strategy to handle Mbeere-North, Malava, and Kasipul by-elections. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has announced a comprehensive operational framework for the upcoming by-elections in Mbeere-North constituency, Malava constituency, and Kasipul constituency, addressing logistical challenges that emerged during the 2022 general elections. This new strategy likely includes enhanced voter verification systems and streamlined ballot distribution protocols, particularly crucial for Kasipul constituency, where previous elections faced disputes over voter registration irregularities. The Commission's approach will directly impact approximately 180,000 registered voters across these three constituencies, with special emphasis on preventing the ballot paper shortages and transmission delays that plagued several polling stations in the August 2022 polls. These by-elections serve as a critical test for IEBC's operational capacity ahead of the 2027 general elections, especially given the ongoing legal challenges the Commission has faced regarding its preparedness and credibility. Turning to another story, win for residents as court issues fresh directives in demolitions case. The High Court has delivered a significant victory for residents facing demolitions by issuing new judicial directives that require government agencies to provide adequate notice and alternative housing arrangements before carrying out evictions. This ruling directly addresses the ongoing crisis where thousands of Kenyan families have lost their homes through sudden demolitions, particularly in Nairobi's informal settlements and areas marked for infrastructure development. The court's fresh directives mandate that demolition notices must be served at least 90 days in advance, and that affected residents must be given access to legal representation during the process. This decision could protect an estimated 2.5 million people currently living in areas designated for various government projects, providing them with crucial legal safeguards that were previously absent in Kenya's demolition procedures. Also breaking, Roots Party clarifies backing Gachagua's candidate in upcoming by-elections. The Roots Party's decision to support Rigathi Gachagua's preferred candidates represents a significant political realignment, particularly given that the party secured over 38,000 votes in the 2022 presidential election and maintains organized structures across several counties. This backing could prove decisive in closely contested by-elections where margins of victory often fall below 5,000 votes, making the Roots Party's voter base a potential kingmaker. The alliance signals Gachagua's growing influence in building coalitions outside the ruling UDA party, as he positions himself as a power broker, capable of attracting support from smaller political movements. This partnership also provides the Roots Party with an opportunity to demonstrate its relevance in mainstream politics, after struggling to maintain visibility since the general elections. In related news, Rachel Ruto launches My Dear Daughter campaign. First Lady Rachel Ruto has launched the My Dear Daughter campaign targeting Kenya's 10.9 million girls and young women who face barriers to education and economic opportunities. The initiative focuses on mentorship programs, scholarships for secondary and tertiary education, and skills training in counties where female school dropout rates exceed 40%, particularly in pastoral communities across northern Kenya. The campaign will partner with 500 churches nationwide to reach girls aged 10 to 24. Addressing issues like early pregnancy, female genital mutilation, and forced marriages that affect approximately 23% of Kenyan girls before age 18. This represents the most comprehensive First Lady-led women's empowerment program since the 2010 Constitution mandated gender equality measures. On another front, Eyewitness testifies how he witnessed police officers assault Kianjokoma brothers. The eyewitness testimony in the Kianjokoma brothers case represents a critical breakthrough in one of Kenya's most controversial police brutality incidents, where Benson Njiru and Emmanuel Matura died in August 2021 after allegedly being arrested for violating COVID-19 curfew rules in Embu County. This direct testimony could provide prosecutors with crucial evidence needed to secure convictions against the 6 police officers currently facing murder charges, as previous cases of police killings have often collapsed due to lack of witnesses willing to come forward. The case has become a symbol of systemic police violence in Kenya, where the Independent Policing Oversight Authority recorded over 150 deaths during curfew enforcement in the first year of COVID-19 restrictions. A successful prosecution would send a strong message about accountability within Kenya's police force, which has faced persistent criticism from human rights organizations for operating with impunity. That's your Shadowline News update.